I want you to think about someone you know who works hard. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone close to you. Someone who shows up every day, puts in the hours, earns a decent income, and somehow, month after month, there's nothing left. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, not even because they don't earn enough, but because there are invisible forces working against them that nobody ever explained. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most financial content refuses to say out loud. Staying broke has very little to do with how much money you make. It has almost everything to do with patterns. Patterns of thinking, patterns of spending, patterns that were handed to you before you were old enough to question them. And until you see those patterns clearly, you will keep running the same cycle no matter how many raises you get. Today, we're going to look at exactly why most people stay broke, and more importantly, what it actually takes to break out. My name is Alex, and I spend a lot of time studying the psychology behind financial behavior, why people who earn good money stay financially stuck, and why some people with average incomes quietly build real wealth. The gap between those two outcomes is almost never about the numbers. It's about what's happening underneath the numbers. Let's get into it. Here's the first thing you need to understand. The financial system you live inside was not designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to keep you spending. Every advertisement you see is engineered to make you feel that what you have isn't enough. Every buy now, pay later option is built to lower your resistance to spending money you don't have. Every upgrade, every new model, every limited time offer is calibrated to one thing: getting your money out of your pocket and into someone else's. And it works brilliantly. The average American household carries over $7,000 in credit card debt. Consumer debt in the United States alone sits above $1 trillion. These are not numbers created by laziness. They are numbers created by a system that is extraordinarily good at what it does. Now here's the part nobody talks about. You can't fight a system you don't understand. And most people never stop to understand it. They just live inside it, reacting to it, getting slowly drained by it, and wondering why the money never stays. The first reason most people stay broke is that they never realize they're playing a game with rules designed against them. The income illusion. Most people believe the solution to being broke is earning more, so they work harder, chase promotions, pick up extra shifts, and then something strange happens. The more they earn, the more they spend, and the feeling of being broke never changes. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is one of the most powerful wealth destroyers in existence. Think of it this way. You get a raise. Great. Now you upgrade the apartment, upgrade the car, go out more, buy more, and within 6 months, the raise is completely absorbed. You're back to the same feeling, just at a higher income level. Here's a number that should stop you cold. Studies consistently show that people's spending rises to match their income almost automatically, regardless of the income level. A person earning $40,000 feels broke. A person earning $150,000 feels broke. Different lives, same feeling, same cycle. Income is not the problem. The relationship between income and spending is the problem. And the only way to break the income illusion is to refuse to let your lifestyle grow as fast as your income. Every raise you earn, redirect a meaningful percentage before you can spend it. The gap between income and spending is the only place wealth can be born. But here's where it gets deeper. The second reason most people stay broke is something psychologists call present bias. The human brain is wired to value things that are available right now far more heavily than things available in the future. It's not a character flaw, it's biology. For most of human history, the future was uncertain. Eat now, rest now, take the reward now.
But modern financial success requires the exact opposite of that instinct. It requires trading comfort today for freedom tomorrow. And our brains resist that trade at every turn. When someone chooses to spend $200 on a night out instead of investing it, they're not being irresponsible in their own mind. Their brain is simply running its default program. Present feels real. Future feels abstract. Here's what that choice actually costs, though. $200 invested at 25, averaging 8% annual returns, becomes over $4,700 by age 65. One night out, compounded over 40 years, is worth nearly $5,000. That's not a guilt trip, that's math. The people who build wealth aren't people who never enjoy themselves. They're people who understand the true cost of present decisions, and they make those decisions consciously, not by default. And then there's the third reason, the one that lives in your blind spot: financial trauma and money scripts. Most of us received our first financial education not in a classroom, but in childhood, from watching how the adults around us handled or didn't handle money. If you grew up in a household where money was always scarce, always stressful, always the source of conflict, your brain learned something. It learned that money is dangerous, that having it causes problems, that wanting more is greedy, that you can't trust it to stay. Psychologists call these money scripts, unconscious beliefs about money that drive financial behavior from the background, completely below conscious awareness. And they are powerful. Someone with a scarcity money script might earn a windfall and unconsciously spend it down until they return to a familiar level of discomfort. Someone who grew up hearing "we can't afford that" might struggle to make any investment decision at all, frozen by the fear of losing something they finally have. These aren't failures of willpower. They are deeply installed programs running quietly in the background of every financial decision. The breakthrough happens not when you earn more, but when you start to see the program running. When you catch yourself making a financial choice and ask, is this actually what I want, or is this just the script talking? That question alone is worth more than any budgeting app. There's a fourth reason, and it's the one hiding in plain sight. No one taught you this. Think about every subject you studied in school: literature, algebra, history, chemistry. At no point in most standard educational systems did anyone sit down and explain compound interest, or the cost of credit card debt, or how a 401k match works, or why index funds have outperformed most active investors over any 30-year period. The most important subject for navigating modern adult life is almost entirely absent from the curriculum. So people enter adulthood financially illiterate for no fault of their own, then feel shame when they make mistakes that were completely predictable given what they were never taught. Financial literacy is not innate, it's learned. And the question is simply, where do you learn it? Most people learn it from the advertising industry, which is not exactly a neutral teacher, or from peers who are just as uninformed, or from family patterns that go back generations. The good news is, financial literacy is learnable at any age. It is never too late to install a new operating system. But you have to decide to seek it out, because it is not coming to find you. Now let me connect these four reasons, because they all point to the same underlying truth. Staying broke is not primarily a math problem. It is a psychology problem wearing a math costume. The income illusion, present bias, money scripts, financial illiteracy, none of these are problems you solve with a spreadsheet. You solve them by becoming aware of them, by understanding that the financial decisions you make every day are not made in a vacuum of pure logic. They are made by a human being with a history, with instincts, with fears, with deeply embedded beliefs about what money means and what you deserve. Once you see that, the entire landscape shifts. You stop asking, why can't I save money, and start asking, what am I actually afraid of? You stop asking, why do I always overspend, and start asking, what feeling am I trying to buy? Those questions lead to real answers. Real answers lead to real change. The people who break out of the broke cycle are almost never the people who found a better budget template. They're the people who got honest with themselves about the story they'd been telling about money. So what does breaking the cycle actually look like in practice? 3 shifts, not tricks, not hacks, fundamental shifts. Shift 1. Automate your financial survival before you spend a dollar on anything discretionary. Pay yourself first, not what's left over, not what's comfortable. A predetermined percentage moved automatically on payday into savings and investments before your lifestyle can claim it. Remove the decision, make it structural. Shift 2.
Build financial literacy like a skill. 1 book, 1 channel, 1 podcast. Not 10, 1 at a time, deliberately. Financial literacy compounds just like money does. Every concept you understand opens 3 more. 6 months of consistent learning is enough to fundamentally change how you see every financial decision you make. Shift 3. Audit your money scripts. Write down the beliefs you carry about money. Where did each one come from? Is it true? Is it serving you? This is uncomfortable work. It is also some of the most financially valuable work you will ever do, because a bad money script quietly costs you more than any bad investment ever will. None of this is complicated, but none of it is easy either. The difference between people who break the cycle and people who don't is almost always this. The ones who broke it decided that understanding money was their responsibility, not the schools, not their parents, not the government's, theirs.